Ladies and gentlemen, you're about to hear the FredTheMonkey.com podcast.
Hi everyone, and welcome to the FredTheMonkey.com podcast. I'm Space Chicken, and I'll be your host, along with... Guys, that's your cue.
Well, how was I supposed to know?
I said before we started that when I turned and winked at you, you should say your name.
Oh, is that what you were doing? I thought you had something in your eye.
Just introduce yourselves.
I'm Fred from FredTheMonkey.com.
Do you always have to say from FredTheMonkey.com after your name?
Yeah. How else will people recognize me?
Maybe because your name is Fred the Monkey?
Sure, but that doesn't automatically make me from FredTheMonkey.com.
Okay, sure, whatever. And that's Skeb the Space Chicken. Everyone knows that already. I really don't understand why we have to introduce ourselves every freaking time. Maybe someone's new to the podcast and website. Well, maybe they're an idiot for starting at podcast number 4. Hey, newsflash for all you new people out there. Don't start a series 4 episodes in.
When I watched Neon Genesis Evangelion, I started 15 episodes in. And it turns out it didn't make any difference, because when I went back and watched it from the beginning, I still had no idea what was going on.
I don't even know what that is, but I'm gonna assume it's something worthless. Okay, so, before we get 1,000 angry letters from 3 upset Evangelion fans, let's just jump into the podcast Q&A, where we answer your letters and questions. Where are the letters? Oh, right. That's a funny story. It turns out they were all deleted when the website switched hosts. What?
I blame Skeb.
Well, now what are we supposed to do? The Q&A was the main feature of the podcast.
I blame Skeb.
I could bring in some of the mailbag emails and we could use those. Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. Let's do that.
I blame Skeb.
Be right back. So, while we're waiting, Fred, anything interesting happened with you recently?
You better believe it. Just the other day, I was doing this podcast, and we had no letters for the one section, and I totally blame Skeb. It was awesome. You should have been there.
I was there, and it was like 3 seconds ago. Whoa, stop! What are you doing? You're gonna hit the recording equipment.
Hey, dummy, what's with bringing a dump truck in here?
Well, the thing is, when you get hundreds of letters a week and don't answer most of them, they kind of pile up. Couldn't you file them or something? This is how I file them. This truck is A through M of 2009.
Oh, let me do the first one. I've always wanted to answer a mailbag question.
You answer the podcast ones all the time.
Yeah, but those are podcast ones, not mailbags. Dear Skeb, we'll just change that to Fred. Dear Fred, I have one and only one question. Do you like your brother SC? I know I like my brother, but he can be annoying. Thanks, Jordo009. Space Chicken, you're my brother? Why am I only finding out about this now? I thought I was an only child. Oh, bro, I'm so happy.
Don't forget that email was written to Skeb.
Come here and give your brother a hug. I think we should get bunk beds. What do you say?
If Fred is your brother now, does that replace me, or is it more in addition to me? Because I'm not going to be able to be related to Fred without probably going some sort of insane. Let me answer one. Sup, Skeb, SC. I was just wondering, why haven't you told Chloe your feelings and asked her out yet? From some guy on the forums. Wait, told Chloe my what? That was, probably a joke email or something. Haha, hilarious. Okay, let's see what else is in here. Dear Skeb, on the FredTheMonkey.com forums, you're losing a popularity contest to Pip. Pip? What are you gonna do about this? Pappy Tendo. What? You gotta be kidding me. Oh, man. How many more alt accounts am I gonna have to make? I figured the Goss and Purple Monkey ones would be enough.
Oh, my turn again. I am writing this from the deepest hole in Africa. I don't know how much longer I can last down here. I've already gnawed off both of my legs off and eaten them. Please, whoever finds this email, come to the deepest hole in Africa and save me. My laptop is running low, so I don't know how much more time I have left to write, so... Jake Quandrin.
That's horrible. Wait, when is this email from? Let's see. Looks like early January. He could be dead by now. You know, this is why I keep telling you to check your email on a regular basis. And this is why I don't listen to you. Now we don't have to go to Africa. Problem solved. Next email. Hey, Scab, I get spam all the time. What about you? SMH. Well, I think you just answered your own question, SMH. Oh, because, see, I'm saying your email is spam, which is why I made that comment just now.
Oh, I get it now. Zing!
Let's see what else. Hey, Scab, our space chicken. How come we never see any of your family? Like your mom, dad, siblings, besides, Scab, etc., etc. Do you even have a mom or dad? And if you do, would you mind to show us them in pictures or something? A fellow FredTheMonkey.com viewer, Carmen. Well, of course we have a mom and dad, otherwise we wouldn't be here. I got some pictures of our last family vacation in my wallet, actually. Yeah, here they are. There's me and Scab and Mom and Dad at the beach.
What's this one?
Oh, that was when Scab nearly drowned and had to be rescued by a 10-year-old girl with an inflatable manatee. Yeah, hey, stupid. I just want to point out that no one can see your dumb pictures because we're doing a podcast. Oh, right. Well, another time then. Yeah, not if I have anything to say about it. Well, let's just move along then to our next feature.
It's Scab's Video Game Review.
It's Scab's Video Game Review.
Today I'll be reviewing Halo 3 for the Xbox 360.
You already reviewed that game.
Oh, did I? Did I mention how much it sucks?
Yeah, you did.
Okay, well, then today I'll be reviewing the Wii game Animal Crossing. And the DS game Animal Crossing. And the GameCube game Animal Crossing and the N64 game Animal Crossing, because they're all the same game. Animal Crossing is kind of like if you took The Sims, but removed the hilarious ability to take away all the doors so that the little people will go crazy and start crapping themselves and passing out and eventually get into fights and burn the house down using one of the 12 fireplaces you conveniently lined the walls with. And like The Sims, there's absolutely no point to the game. Your little character appears in town with a huge amount of debt after buying a house you can't afford, and then you spend the rest of your life trying to pay off the debt and buy things to decorate your house that you also can't afford to impress the neighbors. So it's like real life, but your neighbors are goats and sheep instead of human beings. And the bookie you owe so much money to is a raccoon instead of a guy you met at the horse track and borrowed $3,000 from. Wait, you did what? Anyway, there's a lot of fun things to do in Animal Crossing, so long as your idea of fun consists of harvesting fruit to desperately try and pay off the raccoon before he sends large men to break your legs. I never managed to get the ending where he had you put in concrete shoes and dropped into the river, which makes me think this might not be such a good life simulator after all. Is this what we're teaching kids these days? That you can fall behind on your mortgage payments and not end up living in a cardboard box at the train station? I think this game needs some serious adjustments next time around. But let's be realistic, it's just going to be the same game with a different subtitle when they release the next one. Animal Crossing, We Love Fruit, or something like that. What about the online mode with We Speak? That's new. Oh, yeah, let me talk about that for a minute. I don't know which one of you out there came to my town when I left my gate open and chopped down all my cherry trees, but I'm gonna find you in real life and chop down your cherry trees, if you know what I mean. And what I mean is... Okay, so I think that's good enough for the review, thanks. Animal Crossing is just not for you, we get it. I didn't say that. I have a ball burying pitfalls everywhere and then laughing hysterically as other people fall into them and can never escape. Also good, trampling the flowers Fred planted, and designing my own line of clothing. I call it Smooth Stylings by Skeb.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! You're the Skeb of Smooth Stylings by Skeb? I love your designs! Will you sign my shirt?
You're not wearing a shirt.
That's okay. Just pretend I am and sign my stomach or something.
I'm gonna have to go with no.
Well, now it's the part of the podcast where we bring in a guest to talk to. So, without further ado, let's welcome BDDB for a talk on music in the film industry. Wait, where's BDDB?
Oh, right. That's a funny story. It turns out that when we switched hosting companies, he got lost in the move and no one ever went looking for him.
What? I blame. I'm gonna have to go with Scab on this one.
Okay, well, thanks for listening, everybody. Sorry to cut things short, but we've got some boxes to go open in the hopes that BDDB's musician genes kicked in and he managed to live without food for the past 10 weeks. See you next time.
If we can't find him, can I have a stereo?
No way. I called dibs on that when we first met the guy.
You've just heard the FredTheMonkey.com podcast.
Wait, I'm confused. Isn't that him talking on the end musical thing?
No, that's just a recording. We did like 12 of them the one day he wasn't sleeping last October. Oh, if you have a question for the Fred the Monkey podcast, send it to podcast@fredthemonkey.com.
So it works now?
Hopefully, yes. Probably. Maybe.